Have you ever reached for a jar of pickles and realized your hand just couldn't twist the lid the way it used to? Or maybe you offered someone a handshake and felt their grip was stronger than yours, and it surprised you. It's easy to brush that off as just getting older, but what if I told you that your grip strength, the simple force of your hands, might be one of the most powerful predictors of how long you'll live? Sounds dramatic, doesn't it? But science backs it up. In fact, researchers across Europe and North America have found again and again that grip strength is not just about hand muscles, it's about the entire system of your body. Your heart, your brain, your muscles, your bones. All of them work together to give you that squeeze. So when your grip weakens, it's often the first red flag your body is waving. Let's start with a story. George is 75, retired, and living in a quiet town in Vermont. For most of his life, he worked with his hands, fixing things, building furniture, tending the garden. But lately, something changed. He noticed he had to ask his wife to open bottles for him. Carrying grocery bags became harder. At first, he laughed it off. "I guess I'm just getting old," he said. But when he mentioned it at a doctor's appointment, the nurse asked him to squeeze a simple hand dynamometer. His grip strength had dropped by more than 40% since his last visit. The doctor looked him in the eye and said, "George, this is more serious than you think." And he was right. Studies have shown that lower grip strength in seniors is directly associated with higher risk of cardiovascular disease, falls, cognitive decline, and even early mortality. A massive study published in The Lancet followed over 140,000 people across 17 countries, and found that every 5 kilograms drop in grip strength was linked to a 16% higher risk of death. Not just from one cause, but from any cause. Think about that. Your hands are not just tools, they're indicators. They reflect what's happening deep inside your body. A weak grip can mean your muscles are wasting, that your nervous system isn't firing like it used to, that your heart isn't pumping as efficiently. And most importantly, it means your independence might be slipping away, slowly, without you noticing. But don't worry. This isn't a message of fear, it's a wake-up call. And it comes with solutions. Let's talk about what grip strength really means. When you shake someone's hand, pick up a suitcase, or hold onto a railing, you're not just using your fingers. You're using your forearms, your shoulders, even your core. Grip strength is a full-body experience. And if your grip is weakening, it often means the rest of your muscles are, too. Joan, 72, from Manchester in the UK, was an active woman all her life. She walked daily, stayed social, and cooked for herself. But one day, she dropped a heavy pan. Not because it slipped, but because she simply couldn't hold it. It scared her. She went online, read about the link between grip and aging, and decided to act. She bought a soft rubber ball, some light hand weights, and started doing daily exercises. 3 months later, her grip improved, and so did her balance, confidence, and mood. She even started knitting again, something she had stopped doing because her hands just didn't feel strong enough. That's the good news. You can rebuild your grip. It's never too late. Let's start with the basics. One of the simplest ways to test your grip at home is this: try opening a tightly sealed jar. If it's unusually hard, that's a sign. Try holding a full grocery bag in one hand for 30 seconds. If your hand starts to cramp or tremble, that's a sign too. Another way? Just pay attention. Are you dropping things more often? Avoiding certain tasks because of hand weakness? Struggling with buttons or zippers? Your hands are trying to tell you something. Listen. Now let's explore why grip strength starts to fade. First, muscle loss, also known as sarcopenia. Starting in your 30s, your body begins to lose muscle mass, slowly at first, then more rapidly after 60. If you're not actively working to maintain your strength, your muscles shrink. This includes the small muscles in your hands and forearms. Second, nerve decline. As we age, the nerves that fire signals to our muscles become less efficient. That's why things that used to feel automatic, Grabbing, gripping, holding begin to feel harder. Your brain and your muscles are still friends, but they're not talking as clearly as they used to. Third, arthritis and joint stiffness. For many seniors, inflammation in the joints, especially in the hands, reduces mobility and strength. If your fingers feel stiff in the morning or ache after small tasks, arthritis might be a contributing factor. Fourth, lack of use. Use it or lose it is painfully true when it comes to your hands. If you've stopped doing chores, carrying bags, or using your hands in creative ways, you may be unintentionally speeding up their decline. But here's the powerful truth. You can fight back. Like any other muscle in your body, your grip can be trained. And that training can lead to longer life, better mobility, and greater independence. You don't need fancy equipment. A simple stress ball, hand gripper, or even a towel can be your best tool. Start small. Try squeezing a soft ball in your palm for 5 seconds, 10 times per hand. Do it while watching TV, talking on the phone, or sitting in bed. Progress to holding small weights, or carrying a shopping bag with intention, feeling your fingers engage. Rotate your wrists slowly. Flex and extend your fingers. It's not just about physical strength, it's about reclaiming your power. I want you to ask yourself something. When was the last time you truly tested your grip? Not just functionally, but intentionally. Because what you don't measure, you can't improve. And remember this. Grip strength isn't just about lifting things, it's about holding on to life. To your independence. To your ability to live without relying on others. Imagine 5 years from now. You're still cooking for yourself, still carrying your own bags, still opening that stubborn jar without hesitation. That future starts with a decision today. So tell me, where are you watching from? Drop a comment below. I want to know where this message is reaching, and what you plan to do about your grip strength starting today. And if this has been helpful, inspiring, or even just a reminder that your body matters, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Here at Elderly Reflections, we believe in honoring elderly wisdom, inspiring senior health, and sharing real-life motivation and life lessons from the elderly that empower us all. Your hands tell a story. Let's make sure it's one of strength, resilience, and longevity. Now that you understand just how powerful your grip strength is in predicting your longevity, let's go a little deeper. Because if you're already noticing your grip weakening, or even if you're not, it's time to talk about what you can actively do to change the story. Think of your grip as a message from your future self. It's saying, take care of me now, and I'll help carry you through the years ahead. Let's begin with a simple truth. Grip strength is trainable at any age. Whether you're 60, 70, or even 90, your body still responds to challenge. In fact, the elderly benefit more from resistance training than any other age group because the returns are so immediate. I want to introduce you to Louise. She's 84 and lives in a quiet suburb in Ontario, Canada. She never lifted weights in her life. In fact, she avoided them, said she didn't want to bulk up. But after slipping on the stairs and barely catching herself using the banister, she realized her hands weren't as strong as they used to be. That moment scared her. She couldn't stop thinking, what if I hadn't caught myself? So she started. Just 10 minutes a day. She began by squeezing a rolled-up towel while watching her favorite show. Then she advanced to light cans of soup. Eventually, her son brought her a set of 2-pound dumbbells, and now she lifts them proudly every morning, while listening to the birds outside her window. Last month, she opened a pickle jar on her own for the first time in years. She called it her little victory. But it was more than that. Because that jar was never just about pickles, it was about her reclaiming the confidence to live independently. That's the kind of transformation we're talking about here. Now, let's explore some simple grip strengthening exercises you can begin today. No gym, no trainer, just you and a few things you already have at home. First, towel twist. Take a small hand towel and pretend you're wringing out water. Twist it in both directions, back and forth. This works the muscles in your fingers, wrists, and forearms. Do it for 30 seconds in each direction. Rest. Repeat twice. Second. Rice dig. Pour dry rice into a bowl. Bury your hand into the rice and open and close your fingers like you're grabbing something hidden inside. It might sound odd, but it's a technique used in physical therapy clinics across the U.S. and Europe. It strengthens tiny stabilizer muscles in your hand that are often overlooked. Third. Hand squeeze. Use a soft ball or even a sock rolled into a ball. Squeeze and hold for 5 seconds, then release. Repeat 10-15 times per hand. As it gets easier, hold for longer or upgrade to a firmer ball. Fourth. Rubber band stretch. Take a thick rubber band and wrap it around your fingers. Slowly open your hand against the resistance, then close it again. This works the opposite motion, opening the hand, which balances strength and prevents joint stiffness. 5. Farmers hold 2 moderately heavy bags or weights, one in each hand, and walk slowly around the house. Focus on posture, shoulders back, chest up, hands gripping tightly. This is a full body move, and incredibly effective at improving grip and overall functional strength. You don't need to do all of these every day. Choose 1 or 2, and be consistent. Even 5 minutes a day can change everything. But now we need to go beyond the hands. Because here's what researchers have discovered: people with stronger grip strength don't just have stronger hands. They have better hearts, better lungs, better brains. Grip strength is now considered a biomarker of aging, a visible signal of how well your internal systems are working together. Dr. Daryl Leong, a cardiologist and researcher from McMaster University in Canada, led one of the largest global studies on grip strength. He found that a weak grip was more predictive of death than even blood pressure. That's right. Grip strength, a simple, measurable action, was more accurate at predicting health outcomes than one of the most commonly used medical markers in the world. So why don't more doctors check it? Good question. Some are beginning to, especially in geriatric clinics and longevity research centers. But until it becomes routine, it's up to you to check for yourself and to act. And acting doesn't just mean exercising. Let's talk about nutrition. To rebuild muscle, you need protein, not just any protein, but the right kind, in the right amount. Seniors often eat less protein than they need. In fact, studies from the U.S. and Europe show that nearly half of older adults don't get enough protein daily, leading to muscle loss, weakness, and yes, decreased grip strength. So what can you eat? Eggs, a perfect protein, easy to cook, easy to digest. Greek yogurt, high in protein, great for gut health. Lentils and beans, plant-based, fiber-rich, and inexpensive. Chicken, fish, or tofu, lean and muscle-friendly. Nuts, bonus. They also strengthen your hands while you snack. Don't forget hydration either. Dehydrated muscles cramp, weaken, and fatigue faster. Make it a habit to drink small sips of water throughout the day, even if you're not thirsty. And remember, movement begets movement. The more you use your hands, the more alive they stay. Cook more meals, plant flowers, paint, sew, fix something around the house. Every task is a mini workout if you approach it mindfully. There's also an emotional side to this. A weak grip can make seniors start to question their independence. If I can't hold a cup steadily, what's next? It's not just a physical challenge, it becomes a psychological one. But here's the truth: you are not fragile. You are adaptable. You are resilient. And you can rebuild strength, not just in your muscles, but in your mind. Start today with one decision. One squeeze. One commitment to hold on, not just to strength, but to the quality of life you deserve. Before we go any further, I want to know, what's one small thing you'll do today for your hands? Comment below. Let's inspire each other. And if you haven't already, please hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. Here at Elderly Reflections, we focus on elderly wisdom, motivation, senior health, inspiration, and the life lessons from the elderly that help us all grow stronger, inside and out. Let's bring it home. We've talked about how your grip strength isn't just a number, it's a message. A weak grip may be whispering that your muscles are fading, your nerves are slowing, or your independence is at risk. But the beautiful thing is, you've got the power to rewrite that story, starting right now. So, what happens when you do? Let's revisit George, the retired handyman from Vermont. Remember when he couldn't open a jar and brushed it off as just getting older? Well, after following a daily routine of grip exercises, eating more protein, and moving with purpose, he went in for his yearly checkup. His doctor was stunned, not just at his improved grip strength, but at his lower blood pressure, better posture, and stronger walking gait. That little squeeze changed everything, he said, grinning. George isn't an exception, he's an example of what's possible. Because when you take action on grip strength, it creates a domino effect across your whole body and life. Let's walk through some of the unexpected benefits seniors report after improving their grip. First, better balance and fewer falls. Strong hands make it easier to grab railings, catch yourself if you stumble, and push yourself up from low chairs or the floor. Seniors with strong grip strength are more likely to stay on their feet and out of the hospital. Second, more confidence and independence. When you can dress yourself, cook, clean, and handle your daily needs without help, you feel empowered. You trust your body again. That psychological strength is just as vital as physical strength. Third, improved brain function. Multiple studies have found a link between grip strength and cognitive performance. In fact, some researchers believe grip strength could be used to detect early signs of dementia. Why? Because your hands are extensions of your brain. When your grip improves, it often means your neuromuscular system, the connection between brain and body, is sharper. Fourth, lower risk of chronic disease. From diabetes to heart disease, conditions that tend to rob seniors of their freedom are also linked to muscle weakness. By building strength in your hands, you're also building resistance against illness. Fifth, a greater sense of purpose. This one's less scientific, but just as real. When you feel capable, you act capable. And when you act capable, life opens up again. You might return to gardening, volunteering, writing, sewing, things that remind you who you really are. That's what we're aiming for. Not just stronger hands, but a stronger life. So now, the question becomes, what kind of life do you want to hold on to? Imagine this, it's a warm afternoon. You're sitting in your favorite chair, tea in hand. Your grandchild walks in and says, "Grandma, can you help me with this?" Without hesitation, you reach over, steady, sure, and do it. There's no hesitation in your hand. No second thought. Just presence. Strength. Confidence. That's what all of this is about. Let me share one last story. Eleanor, 79, had always been known for her independence. But a bad fall 2 years ago left her shaken. She recovered physically, but mentally, she hesitated. She stopped going out as much. Stopped baking. Started avoiding tasks that felt risky. Then one day, her neighbor invited her to a senior fitness class that focused on strength. Reluctantly, she went. The instructor handed her a small squishy ball and said, "We're going to start with the hands." At first, Eleanor scoffed. How could this possibly help? But she went back the next week. And the next. Now, she's the one encouraging others. She's lifting heavier weights, teaching her grandkids how to make apple pie again, and walking with her head held high. She told me, "I thought I was fading. Turns out, I just needed to hold on tighter." So, if your hands are telling you something, listen. If your grip feels weaker than it used to, don't wait. Because what you do today will determine how you live tomorrow. Now I want to leave you with a gentle challenge. Starting tonight, choose one grip exercise and one new habit that supports your strength. Maybe it's squeezing a ball during your favorite show. Maybe it's carrying your grocery bags instead of asking for help. Maybe it's simply making a decision to say, "Yes, I can." Write it down. Do it daily. Track your progress. And most of all, remind yourself every single day, you are not done growing. Before we end, I'd love to hear from you. What's something in your life that you want to keep doing, no matter your age? Is it cooking, painting, holding your great-grandchild, or fixing things around the house? Share your answer in the comments. You never know who you might inspire. And if you found this video helpful or moving, please hit the like button and subscribe. Your support helps us keep sharing elderly wisdom, senior health tips, motivation, and real-life inspiration from seniors around the world. Because your journey matters, not just to you, but to the generations watching. This is Elderly Reflections, and we're here to remind you that age is not a limitation, it's a legacy. Here's to stronger hands, sharper minds, and a life lived with intention. Keep holding on, and keep moving forward with strength.